Really good, Dylan.
Very good. Glad to hear it.
You're the baker, Dylan?
Yes.
All right.
As long as somebody's the baker, it does not matter who.
It kind of does at my house.
No,
Cause Doug likes to bake, but he doesn't think it's a science, and it is a science, and he thinks that he can just,
Just.
Loosey-goosey, and I was like, dude, no. We're not doing
not at
this.
7,500 feet.
But he also thinks he can loosey-goosey salt, like he can eyeball it, and he cannot.
No.
So he's just, no, it's okay.
I can do that with soup.
And
Not
food,
with
sure,
steak, not
yeah,
with
baking is very precise, like, I mean, there's a couple things that
I
you
just
can
took a
kind of,
baking lesson recently.
you can kind of fudge, but.
Good altitude conversations.
I honestly have never recognized altitude as an issue. What's that?
Something good to go.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get in there.
Pumpkin pie.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Vote of approval.
Anything extra, more pies.
Well, it's, sorry,
Of course it
it dawned on me when I was like.
Yeah, Dylan's a good, Dylan's a good baker for real. Skills.
Every second of the hour.
Doesn't really not come out.
our generation is not allergic to things.
No
Okay.
wonder is.
Oh, she is, okay, well, she's not my generation, I'm talking about, she's 15 years younger than me.
I won't shut you up. No,
We were exposed to
allergic
nuts, are you allergic? Hell no, my parents would have, we all would have died in my family if we were allergic to things.
How can you pass up nuts? My son's
They're everywhere.
Working.
Is he?
Yeah.
You know, you don't realize how bad it is though. My bestie is allergic to shellfish.
That-
I've taken her to the, like in anaphylactic,
Oh, God,
like
that's
she's having an
scary.
anaphylactic reaction. Like they're talking like that, and I was like, whoa, we're going, we're out the door. I mean, the last time I took her, they got her in the heart. They did the epinephrine,
Oh, God.
boom, in the heart. Like,
The old Pulp Fiction.
oh, they drew
Wow.
they drew the X and I was like, I don't think I can watch.
I definitely didn't watch that.
Shoot with Franken.
You know what? I was not looking.
Stop squirming.
Well, I think you can hold still if you're like, shot or die. It's
I
bad.
don't know, man, something trying to get through your breastplate to get a needle in your heart.
Hopefully they
I'd
get
still
like
be squirming, I
in
think.
between the ribs.
Hopefully I'll be hallucinating, already.
I might have to do that. This is taking forever.
Here, you wanna look at mine?
I've read most of it, so.
I read it and I read it again during lunch today.
I think this is like the extent of all of us, then.
I think so. Chuck's not here. I don't think
It's
that-
Chuck.
There we go, I got it.
We'll go for the week. We go tag her it, run away.
Yes, that's not right. Welcome to a panelist.
You were there to be
Who's being
tagged.
promoted? Is he here?
Jeremy. Nate will be joining remotely for his.
Yes,
I
he's-
one of
he's
session.
on,
Oh, cool.
Good cameras. Alright, well, I guess we'll call a work session for adoption. Colorado Springs to. Like 6:04 if I'm watching.
Oh. Yeah, it is.
First thing is the proposed budget.
So the few changes that council had requested at our last meeting, reviewing the budget for 2026 were made. The two vacancies that we have, police officer vacancy and the maintenance worker 3 vacancy, those will be filled. And then the market adjustments for the police officers, our sworn officers, will be made as well, including raising the base salary for a new hire to 70,000. And we accomplished these last few changes by allocating additional costs to several other funds, including the parking fund.
Were you able to do so fairly equitably?
Yes.
I have another question. Did I hear another, that we have lost another employee?
Yes,
We have we believe there'll be another vacancy, yes, in the water department, yes.
It's one of our more senior water folks.
Yes.
Right.
It's not official yet that I've heard, but.
I just heard a
I've
rumor, so I'm just asking if
I've
that,
heard it, that person's in the process, near the end of that process, something like it'll happen. So Ed won't be here tonight, he is, quite, ill.
no.
Doing okay, he's going in to get checked out, today, but I talked to him this morning and he had been sick all weekend and not feeling well. So, I'll be working with him to get the two internal recruitments done for the public works supervisor position and for the lead operator in the water department. So those are two things that have been filled on an interim basis, but Ed and I were working on updating the job descriptions. We'll go through an internal recruitment process. We expect to be able to fill those internally. And then we'll advertise the maintenance worker position and likely a position in the water department as well.
Yeah, I think it's.
So we'll have two external new positions, not new positions, so new vacancies to fill, and then we'll have to formalize two internal positions. So Ed will, as we talked about earlier, Ed will be public works director, and then Ed will have one supervisor over streets, parks, and buildings, and then the other supervisor will be over the water and sewer facilities.
Is that gonna be okay? I mean, he did take on a lot.
I think it will, yeah, I think he would just like to get that formalized.
No, I mean, Ed's gonna be okay, like physically okay.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think so. He's getting checked out today, but he was, but so,
Okay.
he won't be here tonight. I told him, take care of yourself.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah, let me know if you need anything.
We'll send him my best if you talk to him.
And Willie has stepped in today. Some of the greens arrived for downtown and those got put up. And so looking quite festive downtown. Yeah. Unless there are any other questions or concerns, I will have the final budget by resolution for consideration of adoption at the December 8th meeting, council meeting, and also the mill levy is formalizing. We have to each year certify the mill levy, which hasn't changed, but of course the assessment is going up.
I would like to say I appreciate that you all are willing to do this because I've heard from at least 4 city employees who were very worried about our budget discussion this week. You know, and then I heard the rumor that someone was leaving, which is not a rumor, it's a thing that's happening. I'm very glad we were able to do this because I think it would have been disastrous for us otherwise if we had not taken care of our employees.
I know the employees certainly appreciate their support from council very much. So, I'm glad, you know, there are, it is a process. It is, yes, it's numbers, but it's also, there are different ways of approaching challenges and how you allocate costs and things like that. So I think we did what we could reasonably. Yes.
Well, and I would like to, like I said in the last meeting, I would like to in June, look at how do we, you know, we brought our leadership up. We're trying to bring our police up to somewhere middle of the road for certified local governments. I'd like to do that with the rest of our staff and see how we can, you know, next year is going to be as positive as we think. I'd like to see, you know, how do we plan for that? So that our employees have something to look forward to realize this just wasn't all a one-off.
Sure.
We understand, you know, the challenges of being here.
I certainly hope looking at the 27 budget that will be possible. We'll make more strides in that area. Yes. It's certainly been a goal to get people more in the market where they should be. We made a lot of headway.
We did, but I feel like we've done it with leadership and that was a couple of years ago. You know, it's time for our employees to be the beneficiaries of those efforts.
Yes.
The hiring for the water person, are we trying to get an experience? Will we try to get an experience in or how?
I hope so, it's our drinking water. I mean,
I'll need to
kinda
talk.
is.
I'll need to talk a little bit more with Ed about that. We haven't finalized what the posting will look like, but not quite sure what he'll be looking for there.
I just Didn't know if you'd be stepping somebody that's already currently there up to that position or.
I don't know if that person's quite ready to move up to that level, but maybe there might be a little movement internal as well as hiring external. I don't know if we're necessarily looking for an entry level person there, for instance.
Yeah.
But maybe somewhere. Can't be it.
What's that?
No, I read it and I was like, this is addressing the things that I had very strong feelings about. You know, so I don't have to complain just to complain, despite whatever the thought process may be.
Well, I wouldn't have said that.
But you made a really good point, Jeremy. What was the big holdup in our budget? Our budget's holdup was not taking care of our employees. If we take care of our employees, do we really have a lot of complaints about the rest of the budget? I mean, do we?
No.
In all the years that I've been on council, this is the first time we've really had any kind of
Because
spirited discussion.
we've also, for the last year and a half, poured money into our marketing campaign, which we've never had before. So, I mean,
That's extra money that's,
not actually, it was not extra, obviously, because
No.
it was,
No, hopefully it's, I think return on investment's been good, and I think we're seeing that.
right, and I mean,
Because our sales staff isn't down and everybody around.
no, I agree with you, I'm not saying that, but
Yeah.
initially, without pouring that money back, like, we weren't really sure, the data was not in, to my understanding, when we asked about it 3 months ago, that we
I
couldn't see if
agree.
our return was coming back from,
I think there's still potentially even the last meeting to go. Okay, we might need to claw some of that back and reallocate just to make this all work.
yeah,
And it's nice that we don't have to do that.
right,
Doesn't mean next year's not different.
right, well,
Everybody's going through the same woes right now, some worse than others.
I'll-
Unfortunate right now.
I'll just say it again to reiterate what Lisa was saying, is that I just don't wanna have a staff that has to worry about year after year, their benefits being part of the budget
Chocolate box.
negotiation. I just don't think it's fair. I mean, honestly, I get not getting a raise. I don't get dialing back something that I was basically contractually promised when I got the job. So, I mean, I've been places, I'm sure we all have, where you didn't get anything. This is just one of those years, it sucks.
Mhm.
But, yeah, so I just don't wanna, I'd really like to do everything in our power next year to not have that conversation and be able to guarantee our staff that we are not gonna have that
well, that's why I
conversation.
said, can we talk about this in June? I mean, I know that nobody wants to talk about the budget in the middle of summer, but I wanna talk about it so that we're not sitting here in November trying to hammer this out. Like, this is coming down to the wire.
Well, and hopefully some things change even for next year, like the insurance rates don't. It's not like it this year.
We have 4
Kind of
accidents.
stabilizes out, that would be nice.
Do we think
with
that
all
4
that
accidents are
compounded
gonna like
research,
maybe
but-
go into-
I mean, not all the accidents were our fault.
No, but they gotta go, but they have to
But
get the money out of
we still
somebody.
take the impact, right? Our
Yeah.
average changes, work comp average
Sucks.
changes, we have officers that get hurt.
There should be another way to
Okay.
compensate the places, whether it's our city or other cities, for that kind of BS.
They did
because-
arrest the dude that stole the roundabout.
Oh,
So-
goodness. We
What's,
beat them up.
what's driving insurance in the state is literally hailstorms out
Fires.
east, weather issues. Hailstorms first, fire second.
Not so much fire here
and,
yet, but they're preparing us for that.
Judgments from juries.
Mhm.
It's those are the
Really?
2 things that are driving our insurance costs, and
We're not
Susan's
helping
now been
as a
saying
county.
that for 18 months.
No, we're
Yeah,
not.
they-
24 months, and you know, we know the weather is not gonna probably do something different. We get this jury stuff figured out, maybe that helps bottom line, but I think you're in a new balance points for your insurance, I think.
Do you think we're gonna see any kind of jump next year? That we saw this year?
No, I think they did a heck of a lot of catching up in 1 year,
Yeah,
but I think it was just a gigantic shift, not a catch up.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that, I think it's reality, because if you look at our insurance carrier and the number of settlements they've had in the last even 5 years. It's to the
The big
right,
ones.
the number of losses and like work comp is a 5-year rolling. So we're probably paying this year in 26 for injuries that could have happened 4 years. That average comes around and gets in it, so we pay for it later. We get the best year ever and not have anybody get hurt. With a Band-Aid, and you can get a hit with an increase, it's because 4 years ago we had a bad year, followed by an okay year.
4 years ago, we did have a bad.
Right, that's the whole point, so that compounds all of this discussion as far as you kind of pay for it later, and you're never quite sure what later is, depending on how that average is going. Cool, well, that was simple. Is there something else with the budget? We're good. I guess we're down to the resolution for the budget and we, awesome.
Wish my other budget was that easy.
I think it was
Yeah,
easy,
we
Jack.
just, we just keep all the money and
I was
then.
gonna say, down on that. Just have a hard time spending it all. Is that the hard part of the budget?
No, we've never had a hard time with that. I think we're fairly proficient at that.
I'm gonna get a toothpick in the eardrum here, so you know.
No, you're good. So next thing is our bond rating.
Yeah, good news on the bond rating. We met, Standards and Poor's representatives met with, the city to, check in about our, bond rating, see how things are going in Idaho Springs. And the last time we had a review was back in 2018, when the bond rating was set, when the bonds were issued for the street improvement bonds. And, the bottom line is that our A minus rating has been affirmed. So that means we're staying at the same rating. So even with some of the economic uncertainty and some of the headwinds that, are real that we're facing, we did talk with them about the outlook for Idaho Springs and the things that we shared, that we talked about in our conversation with council, and they've affirmed our rating. So that's good news. And unless there are any significant changes to our financial situation, it will stay that way. And I don't know when we'll be back. We'll be back in another 8 years, 7 years. So just wanted to share that with you. The document that the official document that they issue is there, and they say right at the overview, the outlook is stable. So again, even though we're in a year of transition, time of transition, I think we have a lot to be looking forward to. That's it.
That's all good news.
That is
Yeah.
good news.
Good
That's good
news.
news. So I thought it was good timing too, with some of the, uncertainty about, okay, it's sales tax is slowing, got all these additional expenses, how are we doing? So it's nice to get some totally independent
Some
affirmation. Yeah, because they're, they've seen it all, I'm sure, so.
I do think that speaks to our ability, like, we've been looking at how do we keep things going when our big tax base goes away. And actually, that big tax base doesn't do anything for us.
Yeah.
Not really. Sorry, Scott.
Kind of does. It's property tax is lower than it probably should be.
That's where we see the offset.
I mean, they're gonna go up.
Centerton is like 51,
If we were smart,
52%
we'd
of the
start doing
county
it in a
tax
very
base.
small staggered. If I was on county commission, I'd be starting to stagger it up as much as possible right now, so it's not gonna be a
I think
bomb going off in people's homes.
I think they're worried about getting a bomb in their home. This county is not ready for another mill levy, although they passed fire one, but. had
They
no idea
did.
what was
Library.
fire. And they, well,
And it's been the library pass. I think they'll,
And they passed pretty well. They didn't like,
I wouldn't say we're not ready for another mill levy. I think it's how it's done, how it's proposed, and it's how you guarantee the money gets spent.
and I can also tell you, I
Right.
heard rumors the school board is looking too. I'm like,
Well, I don't think the school board will be successful in the next 10 years. But that's,
it's just hard when you have a lot of entities who are all looking for an increase.
yeah, but I think it's gonna get worse, right? So.
some
everybody's
of
gonna be
them use
looking
the
for
money better.
And whether it's sales tax or property tax. And our sales tax is high, but for Colorado, it's high. Let me phrase it that way.
When I moved out here, I moved from a state that had an 8.5% sales tax. I was like,
Right. And
What?
what is it now, right? So
try like 13.
when you look at areas
Where?
outside of Colorado, it could be worse. But it's the perception of how bad it is for us today.
Mhm.
So whatever we do with the town, this is it's gotta be messaged right, we have to guarantee where the funds are gonna go. And we have to make, I guess, the business case of for the citizen of why they should invest in the project. But I think that's in our future, no matter how we look at it, the water line, and other stuff that's going on. Hopefully sales tax increases when Boyd Hill finally comes to a reasonable conclusion in what, 3 years?
Hey, man, the first part of it is like nice and smooth coming down the hill. I was like,
So
ooh.
it is getting better, but I think we got 3 more years of that, so hopefully a different conversation than 4 years right now. Scott won't be here to hang out, to enjoy it. It's not fair.
You ready, Scott? You ready to like hang this up for a
It's
bit?
gonna be different,
Oh, no.
Has it been 8 years?
It has been.
I guess. It seems like it's
More
more
than what he was told, yes.
means I'm 8 years older.
Well, can I just want to interject
That
something
sucks.
slightly off topic, but goes with the messaging. Based on the recent election events, what we did not get in this town, I would like to propose that we seriously consider doing that again, because there's already gonna be a big election in 2026. And we do a better job of messaging like we did with the water tax, because if you recall, that water tax lost by 2 votes. I talked to the county clerk and she was like, I counted it twice, just to make sure, because it's 2 votes. You know, and this last round, the things that we wanted lost by like, what, 14 votes, 15 votes?
Yeah, some of the conversations that you and Guy had about that was how do you market the why better?
We did a better job with the water tax the second time around, it was much
Probably,
better.
it's just the same people voting over and over again. They'd rather vote no because they've just been doing it for the last 20 years.
Well, and I agree with that.
They're just never gonna change. It's like, I'm not gonna get in front of those people because I'm not going to Marion's at 5:30 in the morning to hang out.
What is your sense of adventure?
Come to Rotary.
Thank
No,
you.
I mean,
No.
the questions I got from people, I think it's just confusing. They didn't understand. Like, I got the question like, oh, does that mean like Wonder, like, no longer has a job or something?
No,
Like, they just,
Right,
people
there's
didn't
some
understand.
concerns like
They
that.
didn't understand what it meant. Like, that's what it was. Like, for
I talked to a
the
lot.
people who were not always gonna vote no.
yeah,
No
here's
matter
the
what.
other, I mean, unfortunately,
We're
did
trying to get done, because it works.
Did Chris ever come and interview anybody about what that meant? I mean, Chris with the newspaper, I mean, it wasn't in the newspaper, so people that actually are,
Well, that's a lot of it is it's on us to reach out to Chris and say, hey, if you got time, we'd like to talk about this. And he'll happily do that. He's
Yeah.
been really good to work with.
yeah,
But he's probably got 100 things on his list of things he'd like to talk to people about. So unless we actually reach out and say,
right.
are you willing to do this and prompt him? He's trying to go through that list every day.
I think that that's a good point, especially if we are going to have things on like the ballot, because here's the reason I didn't, because I've got Chris on my speed dial too, like everybody else is. And he's many times said, call me when you have something hot that I need to know about. I just assumed that he would already have known that. That's my bad.
Yeah, I think you have it text him, hey, just in case you're aware, so you're aware of it.
I should do that. Okay, I'll jump
If
on
he gets
that.
it from multiple people, it's good for him.
Well, I don't wanna jump on anybody, I don't wanna butt in where it's not my business either.
No, see, now I talked to everybody that wanted to talk about it. I thought.
No, but you're social, I am not. I will talk to a very select few people and then I'm done with you, like in the world.
No, I chit chatted a lot.
I don't wanna, I talk all day at work, I know it's a library, but I do, I'm social all day long. After work, I don't wanna be that social, but again, I will reach out next time because I could have done better on that, for sure.
Look at that, we were winning.
Anything we do,
We were winning.
back to the bonding thing, is
Gone been many
anything we
times when
do
were
as a
winning.
town, we need to really, we have to market within the rules, because there's things that we
Right.
can't do. And there's things that they can't do, so it's no matter how you do that. But no matter what it is, we're gonna have to market it, because our future success is based off of our ability to bond projects. And not have to fork out a check for the entirety of the project. And then also maintaining that rating, which is also a big thing we have to, how we don't overspend and. So we're kind of walking a tightrope, I think, to a certain degree in the next 5 to 6 years,
Mm-hmm.
Can I,
between need and what we can do. To maintain this rating. Maintain the public support. So it's gonna be kind of interesting for all of us.
Go ahead, and then I wanna bring up something.
so it goes, it's following along with this, and I've asked about this before, and I've had this conversation with Chuck, he said, nobody pays attention, I don't agree with that, I do. I would like to do, and I'm sorry, because this is gonna fall to you guys, a State of the Union kind of thing. Here's what we've accomplished this year. Here's where, like, here, we didn't get the parking bond. Okay. We didn't get it. This is what we know. Here's what we're going for, so that people, because there's so much, like, I spent a lot of time, I don't know about you guys, I spent a lot of time correcting misinformation. So if I can say, hey, look at this site on the city website, more people are using the website. I think that helps.
You're thinking something written?
Yeah.
More so
So
than.
the newsletter. That's
And actually,
right
there's
on that avenue.
a deadline coming up, the newsletter will be coming out early.
You know, I'm not getting it anymore.
What do you mean you're getting a newsletter?
Is it,
It's only once a month, right?
It comes out every other month.
Every other month. So-
It's
I
on-
haven't
Did you get
had,
it
I
2 months
honestly,
ago?
when you guys
Oh, I
said
got it.
newsletter, I was like, I haven't had it in months.
It's on the website.
Well, I know, but I mean, aren't you sending it directly as well?
We did the first few times to get it out. We posted and then I think we're still sending it to a group of people we have.
We can do
So
that.
I mean,
I'll send you guys.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to get a reminder that there is a newsletter, because honestly, I did actually follow it, and then I just kind of went out of my brain until you said it.
The other trick is to like put out via Nextdoor, hey, the newsletter's out with the link, they click on the link and access it.
Yes.
The county does, it works really well.
Yep,
There's like
Um,
3 Idaho Springs groups that we can do. I would
Well,
like to see like, here's what's
yeah, there are a
happening,
lot.
here's what we, and maybe get to what we wanted to, and here's what we're going for. So that's very clear for our folks. Will everybody read it? No. Will a lot more people read it than I think we are aware of? Yes. Just in my conversations with people. Sorry, you guys are like, really?
And I know this is off topic, so forgive me, but I do want to talk about the train depot, and I want to talk about some opportunities of working with historic Georgetown Loop, maybe keeping the train up there until we actually can very much afford building that, and making some money off of that train up there and starting some special events around our passenger car. Because I don't actually, and don't beat me up, but I don't personally see the value of bringing the train back that is now, it can run. To me, I would actually rather it just stay there forever and be a part of the, you know, the county, I don't care, Lisa, but the county environment. Because what it's gonna do is it's gonna sit behind the building for another 15 years and go back to the way it was. It's not, that weather out there is changing for the worse, not for the better. And so it's just gonna rot away again. I would rather it be in use making money for us than, and maybe make money so that we can redo the other train. I just don't, if you're a trainee person, looking at a train on a track is not quite the same as being in the train, enjoying the train. So just a conversation for the future. And obviously it's not popular, but
No, I think there are other ways, I think there are other avenues to make it make money. I'm with you, I want it to pay for itself. There are enough people who love trains that when I mention, oh yeah, you know, we got 60 and 70, they're like, oh, I know. They're really excited, so I think there is an opportunity for us to make it make money, like, it doesn't have to just be there and be a black hole for our funds, it could actually contribute to the funds.
yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Cannon. Bruce Bell did a lot of work, like endless amounts of work on the Cannon. And I know that we're back at a spot where we're gonna probably have to invest again in that. Our sites and facilities is going to, and I would hate to see that with the just incredible work that was done on that train to
Mhm.
make it so beautiful. And I'd love to be able to share it, like for at least a year with as many people that wanna visit it. So conversation for another day.
Kind of goes back to the budget conversation, where do we find funds for these projects in the future?
Well, that's kind of why I brought it up, because it is a
Kinda loop back around.
huge project. It's
It's
not,
a lot of money.
it's a lot of
We
money.
have to Fund it.
And it could be that I've had at least 2 people, not many, say to me that, you know, when they're asking where it is and I tell them about the depot and, you know, making the cover, they're like, that sounds like the Horseshoe Pit to me. And the Horseshoe Pit was not a popular
Oh my God.
That
venture.
did us no good. And I wasn't even
I don't
involved with it, but
I was not on
I
council.
I wasn't on
Why are
council
we-
either.
I'm gonna tell you, like, I have heard,
It is still the.
it's still a money pit, but
No, it is still the butt of many jokes,
It
let's
is.
just say it.
it is.
know, and
Line
it-
forms to the west. Anyone? That one?
oh my God, that was
Yeah,
good.
What was that?
So.
They don't mind.
They
Before we
just-
get
They
finished
put
on
up
this.
a
Yeah,
banner
that's-
that said
yeah,
line forms
sorry.
to the
We
west,
should
it
write.
was for the rafting, but people thought it was for the horseshoe, or they were making fun of it. They're like, oh, line forms to the west, like, wait your turn.
Nate's ready to go.
Yeah.
Hi, Nate.
Thank you, Nate.
Sorry, Jeremy,
We digress.
I'd rather have us have a little bit of fun than be miserable. So-
Yeah, I get it, I agree.
So he's, yeah, we can. So he's gonna present, just, so we understand, body cams are required, right? He doesn't have a
Yeah.
choice. He's been way ahead of that.
Yep.
Compared to other agencies, so this is.
I'm
his
happy to
request
have them
for-
on the guys,
Yeah,
honestly, I think
they're
it's for
really
their,
big,
it's for their
important deal.
protection too.
So this is his presentation for the next 5 years of contract and the costs associated with that. So whenever you're ready, take it away.
Okay, yeah, so the contract for Axon will expire in March, and the representatives reached out to us because they feel like they could actually save us a little bit of money if we renewed this year versus waiting till 2026 when you have 2026 pricing that goes into effect. And so it just made sense for us to have the conversation now. And since obviously you all know that body cameras are required by statute here in Colorado, so and even if it wasn't, I would still require it because like you said, it 99% of the time, it definitely is to our benefit that we have everything filmed and whatnot. So uh, we wanted to. I do have an action item on the agenda tonight for the body camera contract. It has gone up a little bit. It's about that 3% about each year is what it looks like. So it's 14% over the last 5 years. So that's what the price increase is, which looks about right. Uh, One of the things that I'm really excited about these new body cameras, though, is the fact that our officers currently, we have an app on all of our phones that does translation for languages, and that works great. But this body camera, believe it or not, will have that within the camera itself. So the officer can, I don't know exactly how it functions, but I know the officer can hit a certain button on the body camera and it can say Spanish translation. And so then the camera, if you're at a traffic stop, the camera will automatically, if the person's talking in Spanish and they're in their vehicle on a traffic stop, uh, the camera is recording that, it's translating it, and then it speaks it in English to the officer standing there. Then the officer speaks English, and then it translates that to Spanish directly to the person at the vehicle. So that's probably one of the biggest features that we're most excited about because we no longer will we have to have our phones in our hands to do that. And we obviously we encounter a pretty fair number of people that speak different languages on I-70. It's very common. I believe the Axon system translates up to 50 different languages. So that should really that should be a great benefit for the officers. And the other thing that we're doing, the upgraded software with Axon allows us to do better redaction. When I first got here, just almost 5 years ago now, our software redaction was bad with the Axon system. It just did not work well. It was very clunky. So we paid a third-party vendor $5,000 a year to have a much better software. Well, now Axon's software and how the records people have to redact things when there's certain public records requests, like we have to redact obviously juvenile information or juveniles. We have to redact anything that's medical information when it's leaving the building. So Axon's system now will do that. So we're going to drop our $5,000 a year contract with Veritone, I think is what it's called, something like that. And so that's another benefit to the system. Outside of that, those are the two big parts with this new contract. So I'm open to questions if anyone has questions.
Seems like a good cause.
Makes sense.
I used a radio like that, like press the button and it would do Spanish. I mean, this was not anywhere near the technology this was, and it worked great, so I'm all
Awesome.
for it.
Thanks, Nate.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I had a chance to explain before we just jumped into the actual council meeting. So that's what that action item is, and that's all I have for the group. So I appreciate being able to appear remotely.
Absolutely,
Thanks,
enjoy your night.
And Nate, the other thing I might add is that the body cameras are tied into the dash cameras in the vehicles that we now have. Is that right?
That's correct. In fact, there's a couple of things that are really pretty amazing with the technology. So our body cameras, if an officer unholsters their weapon, it automatically activates your camera if you hadn't done it already. And obviously, if you like make a traffic stop, for instance, so you turn on your lights and your in-car camera is recording, it automatically activates your body camera. So those things are all interconnected. And those are other parts of the system that are already exist but are important. In fact, it's sort of interesting. If somebody activates their lights on their car and you're at a scene and for some reason your camera wasn't on, it'll turn your camera on, all the cameras. So for instance, I've been on a crash scene. It was a it was a crash. It was outside of the city. We were waiting for highway patrol. I was sitting there visiting with a deputy. And here comes the highway patrol unit. And when he pulled up, he turned his lights on. Well, then it turned our cameras on. Our cameras had been off because we were just sort of sitting there and we weren't really doing anything with the investigation. So all of these systems they have trigger points and triggers that activate the cameras, which is really pretty cool part of the system.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other question?
No,
Makes sense.
That translation thing is probably helpful. Having a phone in your hand is probably not useful for an officer.
No, it's not ideal. It certainly is not ideal. That's why, I mean, it's that's the thing that I am, and I know the officers are the most excited about is that new feature. All right.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for last highlighted.
I think so. Cause there's Ed.
Rules of
I'm not
conduct.
there.
Oh,
Pretty spicy stuff.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It's before because I'm 1901.
We thought about rules of engagement,
Are you sure
I
you're
should see something like that.
but.
circa is what they?
Seems reasonable.
They told us not very good years.
Exactly.
Who's taking
1900.
this?
I'll take it. So the rules of conduct have been around for quite a while. They were adopted by a city council well before our time, or at least my time, and probably some members of council. But Wonder brought this to our attention that in the rules of conduct, which sounds a little bit heavy-handed,
Totally.
but it mentioned deadlines for agendas and things like that. And of course, with us shifting to a 4-day work week, city offices being closed on Friday, we needed to make a few adjustments. So we took the opportunity, since we needed to change it for some of the deadlines, to just take a review of it, since it's been around for 20 years, I believe. And just see if there are any other changes that were made. I think they're all pretty straightforward housekeeping items. I don't think there's really not anything really substantive here. You'll see the changes in red, the cross outs as well. And we added the city treasurer or designated agent, the deadline for invoices, because while the information for the agenda packet is important to get to the city clerk, it's also very important to get the bills or the invoices to the treasurer or the deputy treasurer in this case, so she can do her work and then get it to the city clerk for the agenda packet. So it all works well. So we added that. Carmen reviewed this as well. Made a few tweaks here and there. Let's see if there's anything else I want to highlight. Again, I think it's pretty straightforward. I think that's it that I had, we go by Robert's Rules of Order for running the meetings. We're pretty, don't seem to have much of an issue with our meetings being run in a proper fashion, but so there it is. I just wanted to get it to you, and if you're good with it, we'll finalize it and have it for final adoption on the 8th. Any other thoughts?
The only one, everything else looks good and it makes sense. I remember when this came about and
You remember when it was first started.
I do. And I don't even know why.
Sometimes these come about because there are issues.
Well, we definitely had a more,
Spicy? Spicy, spirited?
yeah, not all of us really kind of like played by the rules. And so I was junior, so it wasn't me. This is gonna be very clear. I learned from the best. But the only thing I would ask is, because I know that going through you and Mayor for things, you guys are creating the agenda every week. I want
Sure.
nothing to do with that.
Yep.
But if my neighborhood wants to bring something up and I wanna have it on work session, is there a way that we can have that proposed to you, Andy, and so
Yes.
that we can have it for
Yes.
discussion, that it can go on the
Yep.
agenda, just for
And-
work session?
And another good way to do it that we probably don't use as often, we don't
Mayor and
use it-
council?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just to
that's what the
just to bring it up,
mayor's
because there is that,
Yeah,
at the end of the meeting, the regular meetings, there's always that part where it's really up to mayor and council. Do you have anything you want to share? And sometimes that can go too far.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say-
But really,
it's a good idea for like saying, hey, can we talk about
Yes.
this on another?
Yeah.
I don't wanna add on to everybody's meeting by talking about something at 8 o'clock that's like a half an hour talk.
Yeah.
Cause then we could figure out, hey, this is actually gonna be more in depth, then we can put it on a work session.
And it
So
gives,
that's fine with
and
me
it gives
too.
the rest of mayor, gives.
Everybody else
other-
is kind of
on
heads up on
council
it.
an opportunity to weigh in on it or just be aware of it and say, yeah, that might be a good thing.
Okay,
to get
okay,
on.
that works out fine.
So
That's
just,
fine.
that would be a suggestion, but I don't want you to feel that's the only way you could do it. You could call me. call
And
the
I have
mayor.
done this before in the past,
you
but
have.
when I saw this, I was like.
And what
maybe-
I would normally do is, check with the mayor and say, what do you think? And, we got some space on this agenda.
Well, I just don't want it to be assumed that when we talk about things at mayor and council, that we're just compounding the meeting and making it longer and
Right.
longer. I want it to just be like, I'm just bringing this up so we can actually talk about it at a work
Sure.
session. And yeah, all right,
And
that works
sometimes-
fine.
And
for
as
me.
he does, how we handle public comment as well. Sometimes that leads into a work session item that we don't typically have back
Right.
and forth there, but if it's something we need to talk further about, we'll schedule it.
All right, cool, that sounds
You guys
perfect.
realize that that's how, West Side Wall Street ended up paved. It started out as public comment. It moved to mayor and council. It went into several work sessions, and that's how that ended, like, that was a completely
Cross our
organic.
fingers and hope that was a good idea. We haven't had winter yet.
You know, though, like, there's no great idea with West Side Wall Street, but, there just isn't.
I think gravel would have been much safer, but people are still, I get a lot of weird comments at the library and I can't address it, so you guys hear the backlash. There are a lot of people that do not live on Wall Street, on that wall, cause I call that high wall, we're low wall.
Right.
And that live below it or across the street from it that are terrified right now for that first icy coming down the road, so.
We can get all the council to drive up there in the bad winter days and just try it out.
We actually looked, that was the first place that Doug and I looked at a house in IS and I was like, nope.
Us too.
We had we used to have major parties and I was like, this is just a catastrophe waiting to happen. And I'm like, I'm not doing this to
No,
myself.
but what my point is, for good or ill, that started out.
Oh, no,
as
I know
a-
what you mean, yeah.
Like, that's the progression. So like when I talk to people about how to get stuff on the agenda, let your council person know.
No, that was a really good, that was a good
And
avenue.
that happened in less than a year. Like for us, I think that was very quick. This
No, I-
all happened very quickly.
And the neighborhood was proactive, so there was also that.
Anything else?
No, we got
Zip
15 minutes.
removal, I think the changes make sense. A lot of legacy stuff in there that
Yes.
no, it hasn't applied for.
Probably good that
There's
we reviewed it.
Roughly
stuff in
10
there
years.
that we may have been doing already that wasn't in writing, like scheduled and unscheduled comments. I'm surprised that wasn't in there.
Well, we're actually done early.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little time,
I know.
comfort break.
Another slice of
Time
pie.
to eat pie.
I was gonna say, you have 15 minutes to eat more pie, and that would probably be in everybody's best interest. So we can be in the regular meeting at 7 and get that done. We have nothing else to add.
Jeremy, I found this cool picture. I don't know if your house is on there, because I think it's not as old. You could take that away.
Probably not, because my house was built.
But it's an interesting, it's above the Argo. I haven't seen a lot of
I
this.
do have one other item.
Sorry.
And I know, it's not on the agenda, but I think it's pretty innocuous. I don't think anybody ought to bring it up at the regular meeting, but we have time.
We're fine.
We are, trying to nail down the annual holiday party, with employees and council. And our first choice of date wasn't available at, we're thinking about going back to the Yards Tap House. The first date we were looking at isn't available, but we are now looking at Tuesday, December 16th. And I just wanted to see if that sounds good to.
I don't think we'll have a meeting, they won't be ready to submit.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Okay, I was just like, that's
HBRC,
cool.
yeah, that was, yeah. So, does that sound okay to everybody? We do like a 5 to 7, where, right if we thought I talked to the mayor, we were thinking we might close City Hall at 5, a little bit early, and then everybody can get over there and make it, so it's not too late in the evening.
It's my CASA holiday party, but.
Oh, no.
so Apologies.
Oh, no,
What's that?
Like my work CASA
well,
party.
I mean,
Oh.
we can look at some other dates, there are other dates. Well, that's your work.
I know, so I will be going to my work.
Oh.
You don't wanna go to your work?
Sorry, I
one?
am going to my work. No, I'll have to go to that.
Are there other dates? Yeah, we try to pick a date that
And
works for as
weekends,
many
obviously,
people
I
as
mean,
possible.
What about the 17th? Wednesday doesn't have any generally, no? Shut up, Lisa.
You can do whatever you want on something.
You got a meeting that.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Big meeting. Kind of, yeah, I guess that's what I said.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not
So we have
keeping your
council on the
social
8th,
calendar
right? We
here.
don't have council on Monday.
How about Tuesday the 9th?
I'm around.
Yeah,
All right.
good.
I think that would.
I don't have my
Yeah, starting
calendar,
five.
I'm still waiting on paper.
5, 7.
Yeah, that'll work, I can go there first and go sit right after.
Wow. Got a few thoughts.
Tuesday the 9th, it is.
I got an HOA meeting up there.
Oh, boy, that's fun. That sounds fun.
Ah,
We can
well,
live there.
that's my
Hopefully we'll
friend.
get started, okay?
Tuesday the 9th. What times did you
5 to
say?
7 at the Tap House?
Yeah, so I can make down there and make it up there.
I'll have a little bit of logistics figuring out the bonuses that we do each year, but just with the checks being approved on the 8th, maybe I can figure out a way to get that check a little early. And
I
get those-
do have one question,
Yeah.
kind of backtracking. Are we, because I know that, the general fund is taking a beating this year. Are we good with the request for the Axon cameras? Like,
Yes,
okay.
yeah, that's, again, it's allocated over.
I thought it was
5
already
years,
allocated,
yeah.
but I just, I was.
But I mean, yeah, it's spread over 5 years,
Yeah.
yeah, it's something we've got to do, and Nate and I talked about it and save a little bit of money, get it,
Well,
this
we're
year.
just gonna get them anyway.
yeah.
Might as well save money doing it, right?
All right, let's go with Tuesday the 9th. Go with Tuesday the 9th, unless there's some other
Mhm.
thing that I'm missing, but I'll confirm that with you all. We'll get a flyer out.
I got more stuff done.
Cool.
Cool, now.
Now we'll have to buy.
Hey, yeah, check this out.
I think our house is
It's a
on
little long
there.
meeting. Well, you're the final travel. But they-
Oh.
Eight,
I guess I'm all over.
I'm gonna have to drag out my
Yeah,
postcard
all stuff
collection that I
here.
bought when I bought
Fly to-
That
Wall
house?
Street house. I have a ton of pictures of that
Yeah.
area from diverse angles.
Yeah, it's a cool angle.
It is
And I actually have seen, so if that's Ed's house, right? That's
5:30, get back at 7 o'clock at night.
And that's
Yeah.
John's house.
That's fine.
And you guys, there's a house on the other side of that.
Well, John and I, we have that space between the two.
You do? Oh, that's right, there could have been a
And
whole
I
house
think there
there.
was a house there.
Oh,
I would
interesting.
see,
Well, it does have like a
Like-
weird,
I think maybe even on that map, it showed on the house.
Really?
I've never seen like. So it might be the Phantom House that. was on the
Sorry,
sixth.
it was like a phantom house behind it.
Because may or may not have. It's not on that one, but there is a.
I would love to look at that.
It's the
I lo-
sandboard house.
Well, yeah, and so Christine Bradley just told me about these, and I could not find them. I would love to see that, there's your office.
There you go.
I'll have to pop over there. Yeah.
They're sitting on my.
I would love that. I go down rabbit holes about our local history constantly, I love it.
8 or 9 months? Yes, I've got the hand drawn map that shows everything. I want to say the 31 or 32.
That's so cool.
I like the bins were really.
Well, I just saw, and I've lived in our house for a while, but right across, like, there's a telephone pole right at the base of our gravel driveway. And on that is a house number, which is the lot that our house is part of. Well, yeah, because how would you put a number there?
We have to look at all of those.
I wanna see
Now we have to go down rabbit hole.
I think it's 2163, and it doesn't even make any sense, because
Well,
it
it's.
doesn't really, without the numbers make sense.
Goes together to
Well,
apply.
I'm not sure. Chocolate days, it's got- Oh, you saw the work session with the consultants to get the stuff.
It would definitely be lower income, like if proposal would be 30 to 60.
And the budget would be really, before I forget,
So,
just like I did it, basically I broke out fire prevention budget that was in the agreement, development values. And just kind of put it out into categories of what it is. So.
Jennifer, I don't know if she.
Maybe I guess you could say.
Yeah, some of the stuff
All right, we're good to go.
Are you sure?
I don't know how Scott's getting in there, okay. I'm gonna stand down here.
This way's better.
I know,
This way, this.
we gotta put, no, we
This is
gotta
different.
put Kate's chair down.
His chair is not done, doing any tricks right now.
There.
Oh, whoa there.
I know. Who is
Awesome.
in the seat? That's a bunch of these tissues.
I don't need
Must have been a rough court.
And Jeremy, I do want to hear about.
Oh,
I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay. On that note, yeah, let's call the regular meeting of Idaho City Council order at 7:01.
All right, Jim.
Come
on up.
Actually, so. Oh, God, I'm that skinny.
I can forward.
I made it. I made it.
Well, now, no,
That makes sense.
So you're,
Not really
You can put your
surprising.
chair up a little, Scott.
like to start rolling.
It's right here. Yeah, stand up.
Janine Marion.
Here.
Lisa Manifold.
Here.
Kate Collier.
Here.
Jim Clark.
Short and here.
Scott Pennell.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Jeremy Jones.
Here.
Mayor Chuck Harmon.
Oh, here we go. Awesome. Just pledge allegiance.
Oh, jeez.
Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
To
the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and
liberty
justice
and
for
justice
all.
for all.
That was the oldest pledge I've ever.
Just all over the place.
I went to a school in Puerto Rico when I was kindergarten, they did that. I did. Long story. It's a really good one, though, Scott.
I'd like to hear it.
All right.
It involves all
Can
kinds of.
somebody give me a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move to the agenda for November 24th, 2025.
I'll second.
All in favor, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Cool. Anybody have a conflict of interest tonight?
Anybody?
It's getting odd for Scott. but I missed it.
no, there's no bill in there.
Okay, I didn't miss the other progress.
I haven't seen any.
Cool, so no conflicts, that's awesome. All right, next is, the minutes. Can I get a motion for the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of November 10th, 2025.
Scott, second?
I'll second.
I do have one correction.
Okay, one correction.
I actually was not at that meeting. It says I attended via Zoom, but I did not attend Zoom or in person or otherwise. So,
Okay, we will take that credit away accordingly.
Thank you.
We're sorry. Get the merit right there, okay, got it. Any other discussion on the minutes besides the correction? This is, all those in favor, raise your right hand, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Awesome, moving on. Next brings us to the bills. I need a motion for the bills for November 24th.
I'll move to approve the bills through November 24th, 2025.
Awesome, need a second?
I'll second.
This one's cool. I'm learning, see it, we're making progress already. Alright, go ahead. Yeah.
Janine Marion.
Oh, wait, sorry,
Sorry, just my bad,
sorry, Jeremy.
my bad.
But there was a diving, like a dive. I think it was like,
One of the water tanks?
Overland Diving Services, is that what they did, dive down in there to check it out? Oh, cool, all right. And the other one I had was from Safe Bill. I mean, I'm aware of what they do, but
Yeah.
well, or it just said for permits, it was like 10,000 or something, was that?
Should be,
4659.
yeah,
What-
permit some plan review.
Oh,
So they do building plan review. Per point, what do we call it this week? So every time
okay.
that somebody submits a permit with a set of plans, there's a fee that goes with that for plan review to the city. The portion of that gets paid to Safe Belt for their services.
Gotcha. Okay, because I thought, well, they're paying the city for the permit. Okay, you know,
Yeah,
I got you.
we get a portion of that, then there's a portion of that that goes to Safe Belt for their services.
That's all I had.
Contract.
Cool. Thank you for clearing that up.
No, thanks for asking. Okay, now we're back here.
Okay. Janine Mariani,
Yes.
Lisa Manifold,
Yes.
Kit Collier.
Yes.
Jim Clark,
Yes.
Scott Pennell,
Yes,
Mayor Tim, Jeremy
yes,
Johnson.
awesome. Is there any public comment online?
I don't see anyone online, no.
Here, so I guess we're good with that. Do we have our finance officer?
Not tonight, no.
Did everybody get a chance to look at the audit letter?
I did. I do have a question. Is this an updated audit or is this one that we got? 2
No,
weeks
this
ago?
is, basically what it is, it serves as a transmittal, a formal transmittal from our auditor for the annual audit
Okay.
report. And basically, it's just summarizing, the results of the audit. The bottom line is that we did get a clean opinion from the 2024 financial audit. That's good news. The other thing I might add is that we have put the annual financial audit out to bid. And that is something we do periodically, with all of our contracts. And, Mayberry and Company have been invited to bid as well. And, we do expect to get those bids back, mid-December and have a recommendation for council at the first meeting in January. I'll let you know that it's important we do that timely because we
Yes.
want to make sure we get on the schedule for the 2025 audit.
Mhm.
Perfect. Any questions on the audit? It's pretty straightforward, when I read it, but I'm reading those for some strange reason. Any questions on the October financial statements? This is pretty good, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, nothing stood out to me. It's right on track where we should be for this time of year. But awesome. We'll move on to resolutions. Can I get a motion for the water supply agreement resolution?
We'll move to approve resolution number 31, series 2025, a resolution approving a water supply agreement between the city and Daily Valley Family Partners LLC.
Okay.
Thank you. You a second on that?
I'll second. Can I just get a quick overview? Because I know not everybody was here for that discussion about what this entails. for
Just
the-
where it is, where's it going? 54?
It's up 103. It's a small subdivision. I think it'll be 4 lots, and they just need a small amount of water augmentation to make that project work
Okay.
for them. It's right at the entrance of the road to get to the reservoir. That's where that property.
Oh, really?
is. Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Just
Way back up there.
before mile marker 9.
Yeah.
Across from Camp Schwager, just up from the.
Is it in the
Yeah.
bend down below?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's already had people have been in there before.
Yeah, the north end to subdivide the neighborhood versus using a family well for all the houses, they have to
Get
supplement the water
augmentation,
under state
yeah.
water rules, so that's why they've been coming to us.
Oh, nice. Okay, there you go. Nice spot.
Awesome. Any further discussion?
Jim Clark,
Yes.
Scott Pennell,
Yes.
Kit Collier,
Yes.
Lisa Manifold,
Yes.
Janine Mariani,
Yes.
Mayor Tim, Jeremy Johnson.
Yes. Awesome. We have no ordinance first reading and no second reading. And we have Nick on TV for us, if you'd like to add, or are you just hanging out for fun? You like this?
You know, I wasn't expecting for you to need me that much tonight, and that's how it's looking. So just wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll stay here until the end of the meeting if you need anything.
Awesome, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
So Andy, you got your staff report and add, no? Yeah, what,
Nothing further. Thank you.
awesome.
I do have one question about the staff report. It said that you all attended a wayfinding and signage work session. Do you have a timeline of when some of our wayfinding will be going up?
I don't, but I can give you one as soon as I have it.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if there was one, like, you know, if we've gotten to that.
This is tied into the marketing efforts that are being done, so it's more of, getting, feedback and input about what it might look like.
Okay.
So we're still fairly early on, but that is still a goal. Yes, paid for by a grant, yep.
Thank you.
The developing the wayfinding plan is,
That's good. Lisa's still moving forward. That's gonna help.
I think it's gonna be like huge.
I think so too. It's time well spent.
And I think the consultant, because if that consultant is officially on board now, Tommy, whatever his name is, right?
Yep.
I think he's
Oh, cool.
really good. Like I met with him for a while, a couple of weeks ago. We kind of talked through what I perceive to be all the like sort of pinch points and issues of circulation and things like that, and what we have to date. And he really, I think, was excited to get started. So I think it'll be good.
Excellent.
The meeting went way over though a lot of time. It shows you how engaged people were at the meeting. So.
Yes, I did not attend. I was at the airport for pickup that night. So.
You're living the
You,
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
Who else would it be?
maybe his brother's flying. Hey, come on.
Saying. You don't pick your brother up, you let him Uber.
Yeah.
And Dylan is our representative on the, it's basically a wayfinding, project for the Greenway, the Clear Creek Trail. And that's, the lead on that is Jeffco Open Space, but they've included Clear Creek County to try to have some uniform standard signage along the Clear Creek Trail throughout Jefferson County and Clear Creek County, right?
Correct, yeah, and it's just part of like a collaborative effort to sort of do planning efforts that affect the whole corridor to get the trail built or, you know, kind of create uniform widths and things. But yeah, they've done this whole branding effort that's nearly complete that will hopefully mean from basically Wheat Ridge all the way up to Loveland Pass. Eventually we'll have all the same signage and things like that, and they've put together like mileage marker examples and how to direct people to the trail most effectively and all that, which I think can pair well with our wayfinding and branding. So long-term could be a big improvement over those little signs we have now.
Is that trail open from Kermit's basically all the way to Golden, or is there not yet?
I'd say there's less than 10 miles left to be completed.
Okay, so you still can't make it to Golden, Dylan, correct?
Right. I'd
Okay.
say by, I don't know, in the next 5 years, it'll be connected all the way to at least the Jefferson County line. And then will just be a couple mile stretch in Clear Creek that would have to be connected. And the CDOT Floyd Hill project is redoing the whole stretch all the way to that interchange there. So it really will be from, I don't know, Tunnel 5 to that restaurant. So
Right.
would be all that's needed by 2030, I would say at the latest,
Cool.
which is cool. But it's a very difficult section, so.
It's the hardest part, for
expensive.
sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Let's check those up. Nothing further on that. Awesome. Guy, you got your staff report and Sadie's. You know, if you want to add?
Nothing good, thank you.
Oh, I do have a question. Of course I have a question.
Just what we want.
The telemetry read water meters, so we're testing these in December. And then everybody is switching to them in 2026?
So we're gonna put one up. And this is Ed's idea, and he talked to the distributor. Put one up, see how it works, see what its range is. Test to see that it's reading correctly. If it is, then put the rest of them up, and that's when we'll move over. So we're gonna have it erected hopefully in December.
Thank you.
Test it for a month or so, get used to understanding how it works, put the rest up, and then that'll go to the building.
So how,
What if it's not, Guy?
I'm sorry.
No.
What if it doesn't work?
I mean, doesn't this tie in with those towers that we bought like 2 years ago? That were like 10 grand a tower or something, and I don't know where they're being housed, I'm a little concerned.
We found them all.
You found them all, okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
I just
And
wondered-
that's one of the first things we did is we actually had the vendor come up and unpack through everything to try to pull out an order. And we didn't get one order, we got a couple different orders.
Well, I know they were back
So-
ordered and like, it was not a straight line delivery, we order, we get, like, it took some time.
It took some time, yeah. So, I think it's a viable way to do it. And, we're scheduled for meeting next week with the vendor to discuss these things. We have a certain amount of packs that we need to buy. It's just some basic hardware things that we can probably just go to a Tolliver's and get. Like I said, we want to get the first one up but we're gonna be discussing telemetry, schedules, all that stuff at this meeting in the coming week and a half or so.
Well, I look at where my water is, like, pity those poor souls would have to come look at my water, because it's buried under my house. You could use a telemetry, so I'm sure there's lots of places like that.
Well, and we've been doing this in conjunction with, identifying meters that aren't reading or not working. So we're doing both these things.
Oh, good, I'm just excited to see how because we started this, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, it's been a
Roughly,
while.
yeah, oh, well,
It's been a while, I'd like to see it
we're making progress.
get to fruition. All right, thank you.
Any other questions for? Okay, we're good. That's your staff report, anything else you'd like to add?
I'll mention that next Monday at 7 PM here at City Hall, we're hosting, or I guess we're hosting, the developer who's under contract for Carlson Elementary at 1300 Colorado is doing a community meeting to invite people in to discuss their future submittal that, you know, and kind of ask questions, get feedback, things like that of concept designs. It's the first step in the process before they can officially submit for a final development plan. So it's a required step. Like I said, December 1st, 7 PM here at City Hall, and I'll live stream it like these meetings on YouTube and that. So if anyone's watching and didn't get a letter because letters were sent out to everyone within 300 feet, I've posted it Facebook and on the website and in a few places around town. But if you didn't see it anywhere else, that's update of something happening next week.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. Wonder.
Nothing to add.
Nothing
Happy
to add.
Thanksgiving.
Happy to be here.
Short and happy.
And Dave's not online at all, right?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
Guess we gotta do that action item then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Before your action, anything else you want to add to your staff report?
No, I don't have anything else to add. I guess I'll say, I know that I've gotten feedback already from employees so they very much appreciate council's, support in raising that minimum salary and, the city moving forward with that. So that's all I have to add other than the one action item.
Awesome. Hopefully it helps you recruit. That's a big deal.
I hope so. I hope so.
We're taking a motion for the, for this one.
I'll move to approve a 5-year contract with Axon Enterprise Incorporated for a total of $58,293.60 with annual payments of $11,658.72 from line item 10-3-7011.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott. Can I get a second on that?
Second.
Yeah. Any discussion? Just think it pretty reasonable.
I think
Save
it's,
a little bit of money, get the contract early. They're amazing cameras.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was cool too that they had that Axon is software developed into like that bigger savings. I was in.
Yeah, you didn't have to use third-party software.
Yeah.
to do Redacting, it's, I think it's.
Seems like a no-brainer, yeah. And Axon does make great equipment.
For sure.
and I appreciate you, looking to save us some money, chief.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Janine Mariani.
Yes.
Jim Clark.
Yes.
Lisa Manifold.
Yes.
Scott Pennell.
Yes.
Kate Collier.
Yes.
Mayor Tim, Jeremy Jones.
Yes. Awesome. This leads us down to Ed's request for JVA. Can I get a motion for that?
I'll move to approve the proposal from JVA to engineer lower section of Highway 103 water line for $38,000 from line item 51-72-7320.
Awesome. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? It's a big step, in my opinion. Well, that lower section, the line has to move to a new alignment for this historic alignment part of the project, and there's a whole bunch of other little nuances to that lower section where it goes by houses, it goes by existing utilities. So this is kind of a big step to get that lower section in, because the upper section is pretty straightforward. So I think it's a big deal.
This is the part too where there are the most challenges in dealing with it, correct?
Right.
Isn't this where our last two,
Yeah, right, the
Mishaps
last
breaks.
two were
Breaks
just
were-
downstream and across from the PRV valve this goes into.
Yeah.
So this is the hardest step, but this is the big deal to get the engineering done.
Big deal.
Looking forward to it.
With the project.
It'd be nice to give us a little pat on the back when that thing's done and in place.
Yeah, to make sure that it's done, and this is actually like a 50-year line, which is what was supposed to be a 50-year line that's corroding in the ground.
And that's
We'll
not.
not see, hopefully none of us will
Yeah.
live to see the first
And I
problem
didn't
in
think that
that
was a
line.
ton of money on them.
No, and they've,
Yeah.
JVA's done a pretty good job
Yeah.
of being way ahead of this and all these projects for us. Awesome, no further discussion. You're welcome. Make the round.
Janine Mariani.
Yes.
Lisa Manifold.
yes,
Kate Collier.
Yes.
Jim Clark.
Yes.
Scott Pennell.
Yes.
Mayor Tim, Jeremy Jones.
Yes. Which kind of brings us to mayor and council. Does anybody have, want to add? What you got?
so I actually, this is a good thing, it's not a complaint, put you on your pens, like if you're gonna take a complaint. This is actually from HPRC. We will be bringing some new folks to the council, you know, because a bunch of terms are up. But something really exciting happened in HPRC. I think Dylan would agree with me. You know, one of the goals that we've been working towards is having people want to designate their homes as locally designated homes, because it really helps protect our city. We've had some definite interest in that. And like the coolest thing ever was somebody said, if we end up not being able to continue on with how we're utilizing this building, could we gift it to the city? And I was like, oh my God, like this is the change that we have made, I think, in HPRC, where people are interested in preserving, you know, their history. And actually, we don't want to see this like just get sold off, and, you know, the history that we have cultivated and tried to protect, just be, you know, stacked somewhere. And this is people coming to us. We were not soliciting this. This
Is
is,
this like residential stuff?
it's residential and nonprofit.
So it being gifted to the city, what kind of restrictions are gonna be on
Well,
it
no,
for us?
it's just like, we're not even at that point. It's just that they came to us and said, hey, can we talk about this?
Okay.
That's a huge step. That's
I mean, that's like, and they see us, they see our efforts, and they see us as somebody that would protect something that they find valuable historically, which I think is a huge leap for us.
It's a lot of progress.
It is. I mean, Dylan takes a lot of credit. He did a lot of work this summer, and I think we're seeing, you know, the efforts of that. But HPRC was practically, you know, kicking their feet and giggling when we were chatting with these people, because we were all so excited. So just very positive in that aspect. Maybe I'm the nerdy one, but I wanted to share it.
No, it's exciting. That's
It
a lot,
is
that's a
really
lot of
exciting.
progress, because I think there are times in the past that conversation
No.
would have never occurred.
Nope. Could have been a for sale sign in front of that building in 13 seconds flat.
I agree. It's like, I don't.
I wanna know.
I have a question. So that diving that you're talking about, that we had someone diving in a tank?
That's what the bill was for. Yeah, they have to do tank inspections system. That's the only really way to do it.
So,
Can't see what's underground.
somebody,
Well, it's our above ground.
It's
tank.
this one up here, but still the bottom
The
part, you
maintenance
can't-
cycle,
yeah.
he's pretty on top of that stuff.
it just brings up a thought, because I work in a culture where there's a lot of high impact dangers, that we have a very strict safety department that oversees everything we do. And I know Jeremy probably is aware of it. something that happened at Cabin Creek several years ago. Excel was a contractor, they got sued because that project wasn't set up properly.
On
I
the
just-
fire,
Yeah, the fire that, they died in
so nine of them.
smoke inhalation. But is the city protected? Do they take measures to protect ourselves? I mean, that would be my question, is to make sure we're not open with a target on our back, you know? On things like that, because that's obviously a little bit of danger there.
Sure.
We don't deal with a whole lot of those type of situations, but when they do come about, I just wonder what the process
Well,
is.
it's not our guys going in there, correct? So I'm 100% assuming that the company that we have
Yeah.
hired
I
has
hope-
insurance that yeah, I mean, I would hope that they.
Handle liability, and we as a city we have to be negligent, proven negligent. We have to make an action
Like,
that,
lock them in there.
or allow them. The liability is mostly on them, and Excel's different, because it's a for-profit company, so the liability to a private company is different than this to a city, this is good.
I think Scott's
I
on the
think,
bill.
I think the contract.
No, it's a good question.
that Harmon's developed, if they follow, also gives us those protections and understanding within the contract, so that's how I understand it. But that's a good point.
Yeah,
I think Scott.
I think Jeremy's spot on there. I also haven't seen the agreements, but I would assume there's assumption of risk provisions and plenty of insurance, like Kate suggests as well.
Yeah, I don't think the Cabin Creek incident will ever happen again within our community. We've been talking to those individuals, so that will hopefully never occur in our lifetimes again.
That was a stupid,
Yeah, it was just an oversight, and
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. Awesome. Anything else?
We learn from mistakes.
We do,
Amen.
and every rule's
unfortunately.
result of that, right? So,
Yeah.
well, if that's the case, I guess I'm on the gavel high. You can do whatever you think.
Let's do it.
We'll call it done at 7:27.
Yeah.